All right, hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, we're going to be going over all of my Hot Wheels premium stuff that I've kind of accumulated over the past couple months. Just some kind of random stuff, a lot of Fast and Furious stuff. Got a 2-pack, couple team transports, some really nice team transports actually. There's this 72 Chevy Ram truck, really sweet. I have a nice one to go with it here. If you see, so this one is the 66 Chevelle and the 72 ramp truck, kind of like a stock car there. And just recently I unboxed the, I believe this was a 61 Impala and a red 72 Chevy ramp truck. So now we've got a blue one to go with it. Very nice combo. Another team transport, this time with a 70 Plymouth AAR Cuda. The Sakura Sprinter, I guess supposed to be kind of like a Japanese truck, but this time it's carrying around a Plymouth, so whatever. Some kind of just assorted Fast and Furious stuff. We'll get through these kind of quick. We've got a 72 Ford Gran Torino Sport. I believe this was from the 5th Fast and Furious movie, if you remember that one. I think this was like a bad guy's car or something. We've got a Ford RS200. This is really cool. This will go great with my, I have the Cosworth and that Capri, kind of the more European side of Ford. We've got this custom Mustang. I think this was like John Cena's car in one of the later movies. I don't fully remember. Man, our lighting is not great in here. Give me 1 second. That feels like it looks a little better. I don't know. You guys tell me. Let me know in the comments. How's the lighting look? One of the legs on my light here broke, so it's kind of a little flimsy. It's kind of tough to position it, but whatever. Next up, we've got this 67 Chevy Camaro Off-Road. This is part of a Fast and Furious series. I actually have this entire release. They're kind of around the room. This one's up on the wall. This one's already open. I believe that one's on the wall. That Porsche is floating around somewhere. I forget where it is. But we've got this kind of monster truck off-road Z28 67 Camaro. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it goes really well with, this is actually not a Fast and Furious car. This is just a Hot Wheels off-road. The Big Air Bel Air, kind of a lifted off-road 57 Chevy Bel Air. I just thought this was really cool. I got a kick out of this one, so I picked that up. And then lastly, some very interesting stuff here. We've got some Australian muscle. So if you don't know, Holden is basically the Australian version of Chevy. They're owned by General Motors. Like I believe the Monaro, I'm pretty sure was an L48 350 small block, and then I think these were like a 305 or a 301 or something in this little race car, the Holden Torano A9X. And if you've ever seen Mad Max, you know a thing or two about Holdens. But, I mean, they're GM, you know, they're Chevy small blocks in there, what the heck. But they are, in fact, Australian. So, interesting stuff there. So we're going to go ahead and let's get started with, we'll get started with these 5 here. My individually packaged vehicles. We'll go ahead and save these 2 packs and team transports. We'll move these over here. Get that scooted over here, move that over here. We're moving all kinds of things all over the place. And we'll start cracking these guys open. Now, unfortunately, because they are Hot Wheels, we don't really get to see, or we don't really get any fun facts about them, but you do get to see the rest of the series. So here's the RS200, the rest of that series. We got a Toyota Sprinter. I do have that one. I have that Sprinter. That is up on the wall. I will show you guys later. If you stick around for the whole video, we will get to some of the wall updates. I did end up pinning my entire JDM car collection to the wall, and I have some new main lines on the wall as well to show you guys. So there is the RS200. Next up, we've got the 72 Ford Gran Torino Sport. And then also in that series, we've got a Toyota Soarer, a 69 302 Boss, Nissan Silvia S15. I kind of want that one. That's the Silvia from the 3rd Fast and Furious movie. And then a BMW M3 with blue wheels. Fascinating. This is the Big Air Bel Air. If you guys... Oh, I do have both this 4Runner and the Land Cruiser up there at the top. I have both of those. I passed on the Mercedes and the Range Rover. I'm good on those. They're still... You still see these on the hooks at Walmart and whatnot, so not very popular castings. For the Camaro, rest of this series, as we said, that one's on the wall, that one's on a shelf, that one's on the wall, that one's somewhere. I do have that whole series, like I said. And then lastly, our custom Mustang. For this series, we've got the custom Integra. I have that Integra, I have that Maxima, and then the same M3 with blue wheels. They did it again. Where is it? Yeah, they keep releasing this M3 with the blue-green wheels in like every single, because these are two different releases and both of them have that M3 in it. So it's time for something new, Hot Wheels. So let's get these cracked open and then we'll move on to our 2-packs and team transports and whatnot. So give me 1 second here. All right, guys, so we've got all of our individual cars out of the packaging and everything. So we're going to start off with our Fords here, actually, strangely enough. First off with this custom Mustang. It just says custom Ford Mustang on the box. Doesn't really give a year or anything or any kind of special package, but really nice looking car. Really, really like it. And like I said, I do believe this was like John Cena's car. John Cena made it into the Fast and Furious movies. I don't specifically remember the story on the car or anything like that, but it is really nice looking. I love a blue Mustang with a white stripe. I think that's the right color for a Mustang, even though you guys know I'm not really a Mustang guy all that much. Definitely a nice color scheme and a good looking car. And like I always say, the Hot Wheels premium stuff, they just... I know some companies do better detail and better quality and this and that, but they just feel very heavy and very solid. They feel good in the hand. I always like the way Hot Wheels premium vehicles feel. But yeah, very nice looking Mustang. Very, very cool. Should be a 5-liter Coyote, if I'm not mistaken. If it is just a regular Mustang. I don't know if it's supercharged or anything like that. They don't really say in the movie, and yeah, there's no badging on it or anything to tell you. But either way, really cool looking car. And then next up we have our RS200 here. This is kind of like when from early 90s, late 80s, when Ford was really getting into the rally stuff. And like I said, this will go absolutely fantastic with my Group 5 Mercury Capri, no, this is a Ford Capri. Group 5 Capri, and then I have the 87 Sierra Cosworth. So kind of the more European end of Ford stuff, but again, it's still Ford, so I like them. I think these all will go absolutely fantastic together. I'll scoot these over real quick. I'll take one more good look at this RS200 here. Definitely one of my favorite Fords ever made. This thing was an absolute missile. It was designed, you know, specifically as a rally car, mid-engine, you know. Very, very cool. We got some badges on the back here. It says RS200. Little Ford emblem there. Yeah, very, very cool car. Very unique looking car. Very interesting. I like it a lot. So that is our Fords. We'll go ahead and park those over here so we can keep them on standby. Next up, we'll do our 2 off-road vehicles. So like I said, I have the, it's called the Big Air Bel Air and the 67 Camaro off-road. So let's start off with the Camaro, actually. So I believe this was like the 5th or 6th Fast and Furious movie that they used this car in. The guy's name was Roman, I think, drove this car. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the one where they they drop the cars out of the back of an airplane with parachutes on them, and they like parachute in the cars, because that's just the most practical thing. That's the most practical way to get somebody on the ground. Just absolutely ridiculous action movies, but I don't know, I thought this was just like, I don't know, it was, oh, don't knock the lamp over. There we go. I thought it was just realistic enough to where it wasn't, you know, overly cheesy and overdone. I think it still looks pretty cool. I know sometimes with the Fast and Furious movies can get a little ridiculous with their cars, and so can Hot Wheels, but I figured this was a pretty neat addition to the collection. I have had this for a little while now. This has been sitting on my shelf waiting to get opened for quite some time. So definitely thrilled to have it out of the box finally. It's a really interesting paint job on there, kind of like a matte silver. Very kind of like a gunmetal. We've got our Z28 badge up at the front there. It's starting to fall off the lift. Obviously the fenders have been cut to accommodate the oversized tires. This thing does not want to sit on the lift at all. There we go. Yeah, very cool looking car. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these 4 little hooks you see here, I think that's where they had the parachute on the car in the movie, and it was like, you know, strung from there. I believe. I'd have to go back and watch the movie, and then I'd have to watch the movie, and that's a lot. Next up is the Big Air Bel Air. This is a really cool one. Another really interesting kind of off-road theme here. Obviously the cut fenders. You can see, you can see a lot of the interior and the casting there. So it looks like they kind of cast shocks into the base a little bit to give you something to look at in there. And then as you can see, the shock hoops or shock towers have been extended to come up through the top of the hood. Got a light bar coming through the roof with what appears to be a roll cage in the back. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. Got rock slider rails on the side exit exhaust. What is that sticking out of the back? Looks like that's a fuel can. Okay. So there's a fuel can sticking out of the trunk. Spare tire on the interior, even though the interior is turquoise and so is the spare tire. I kind of hate that. Ugh. The turquoise spare tire. And it's not even the same wheel as what's on the car. Ugh. Why would you do that? Ugh. No glass in this. No windshield, no windows, no nothing. Just completely open roof. Really an interesting casting. I wish they had, you know, maybe given some information about where they got the inspiration for it. But again, it's just realistic enough to where it's like, okay, like I could see that being like some crazy YouTuber would build, you know, an off-road Bel Air like this. And like I said, Hot Wheels can get a little bit ridiculous with some of their castings, so. But I figured this one was pretty cool, so into the collection it goes. And we'll keep moving right along here. We've got one more of the individuals before we start getting into our 2-packs, like I said, and that is the 72? Ford Gran Torino, 71, 72, 73. What year did I say it was? It probably says it on the base. 72. There we go. Yeah, that's a metal base. Another really nice one. Now, like I said, I think this was the bag. Wow, that is a completely different color on camera. Whoa. In person, that's definitely a much more of a, like kind of a leafy green. Whereas on camera, it takes on a bit more of a bluish tint. Really cool paint on there. That metal flake is absolutely incredible. That looks fantastic. Like I said, this car is either from the 4th or 5th movie. I think it's the 4th. It could be the 5th. But I think this is like one of the bad guys' cars. And Fast and Furious team has to track him down and, you know, stop him from committing whatever crime he was going to commit by, you know, whatever the story is. But really good looking car, really nice Ford Gran Torino here. Believe, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, I had to track it down. I knew I had it. I have the Johnny Lightning's variation of the Gran Torino from the movie Gran Torino. It doesn't really say anything on the bottom about it. But this is a replica of the one from the actual movie Gran Torino versus our green one here that we have. So nice little combo. It's interesting to see the difference in the variations in casting between like Johnny Lightning and Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels definitely a little bit bigger on that whole 1/64th scale thing there. Definitely taking some liberties. But either way, very nice looking car. I dig it a lot. Into the collection it goes. I should have said we actually got 3 Fords there. So let's go ahead and... Okay, so next up we're going to be opening up the Holdens. Talk a little bit about them. You've got the 72 Chevy Ramp truck and the 66 Chevelle, number 66, so we don't forget the year. And then, of course, the last team transport here, Sakura Sprinter and the 70 Plymouth AAR Cuda. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and we'll go ahead and get these open. All right, guys, so we're gonna start off with the Holdens, the Australian muscle here. So we've got our, what is this, a 73 Holden Monaro GTS. And like I said, this does have the, I believe it was the L48 Chevy 350 small block, Holden Monaro GTS there. Yeah, basically just, you know, the Australian version of American muscle cars. Really cool looking car. I like it a lot. And it's not something that you would see, you know, normally in the United States, obviously. Not anything I've seen from any other manufacturers as a die-cast. I have not seen very many Holden vehicles, and if you do, it's going to be Mad Max's car. That's about the only one I've ever been able to find. But really, really cool. Get a good look at that. Interesting body lines on that thing. Kind of a bubble back window there. A little bit of schmutz on the window. Hang on. The schmutz doesn't want to go away. Yeah. I don't know what that is on the back window. I tried to wipe it off a little bit, but it didn't exactly work. Either way, very good looking car. I like it a lot, a lot. Next up, we've got the 77 Torano A9X. If I'm not mistaken, that's what Mad Max had a Torano. Very, very cool. It's got the old Hot Wheels logo on there. That's pretty interesting. You got a Castrol emblem up front, but that is the old Hot Wheels emblem. And then there's your Super Sport badges on the back. Again, keep in mind this is, you know, European or Australian General Motors, so you're going to have a lot of the same. You got your Super Sport SS on the, whoops, come back here. Kind of tough to see, but there is an SS on the grill there for Super Sport. Now, I believe this was the, I just looked them up. I think this was the L31 5-liter 301, 305. I don't know. I already forget what I read. But again, another little, you know, V8 powered Australian muscle car. Very, very cool stuff. I like this one a lot, actually. Really some interesting stuff. Kind of getting into the European side of Chevy, Ford, and Dodge, I guess. There's our 2 Holdens. We'll get them parked up. And we will move into now our 72 Ramp truck and the 66 Chevelle. Now, I'm going to put the Chevelle up on the stand first here, so we can get a nice good look at this. This is a really good looking car. Got, what does that say? South Bay Racing Fuel, Goodyear, Mr. Gasket. Really, really cool looking car. And again, another Hot Wheels stock car. I do believe I've got, yeah, 2 or 3 other Hot Wheels stock cars that are kind of this style. That will look absolutely great with these. I've got quite a few team transports now. I'm almost at the point now where I want to move my my team transport trucks and have all of those in a specific location now because I've got so many of them. So we'll take a look here at the actual truck that it came with If I can get it to stay on the lift. Yes. So this is our 72 Chevy ramp truck, obviously like a C20 it looks like. Really, really cool looking truck. Really, really nice. And like I said, I do have another one, a red one. If we can, here, we'll zoom out a little bit for this. If I can scoot you back a little bit, scoot you there. I have the red 72 ramp truck. Now this came with a 61 Chevy Impala, whereas this one comes with a 66 Chevelle. So an absolutely fantastic pair there. Wow, those look great together. I am very, very pleased with that. Let's see if we can focus on it a little bit better. If we zoom in. Go ahead and scoot that out of the way. Get one more nice good look at this guy. Really, really cool. Absolutely love it. And I've been sitting on this one, I think, for a while as well. So a lot of these team transports, they come out and I grab them and then I forget I have them. I know, it's a shame. Did we look? Oh, so real quick, before I get too far ahead of myself, this is the back of the card for the Holdens. The other two packs that were released, we've got some BMWs, not super interested in Beamers, but the 95 Eclipse and the Mitsubishi Lancer, we'll get to see that in a minute. Like I said, guys, if you stick around to the end, I will show you all my Japanese stuff that I've been putting up on the wall. Next up is the box for the ramp truck and the Chevelle. Also in this release, of course, we've got the 70 Cuda and the Sakura Sprinter. As promised, they are right here. So let's go ahead and let's get this truck. I'll put him kind of over here. We'll get this one scooted over. I don't want to put that one back yet because I think I want to show you guys all of my team transport trucks all at once. I'm going to keep this one off the lift just because it is too big to be on the lift, and you can get a really good look at the Cuda up on the roof there. That looks really cool. Really cool color combination on here. I love the dark blue with the orange, yellow, and red. Looks really nice. Dan Gurney's All American Racers Incorporated. Get the Hot Wheels AAR Cuda. Like I said, this truck is called the Sakura Sprinter, so I imagine it's kind of like a fictional... Let's see, can we get it up here? Sorta, kinda. I believe this is like kind of a fictional vehicle, just kind of made to look like a big truck. Not any specific year, make, or model. But it looks cool. It looks really cool. I do have another one like this for my... I believe it came with a Corvette. A Grand Sport Corvette, so... Very nice transport vehicle. Really good looking Cuda. I love, love, love this casting. I love the colors on it. Love the paint job. Love the wheels. This is a really sweet Hot Wheels. I really like that a lot. Wow. And yeah, like I said, we already saw the package, back of the box for both of these two, for the Cuda and the Chevelle. Back of the box is going to be the same thing. So, very, very cool. Yeah, let's get one more good look at those two together. That is going to be our team transports there. We've got, and we'll bring the Chevy over as well. Chevy with the Chevelle on the back. Very cool stuff. So that is most, if not all, of my Hot Wheels premium stuff that I have been kind of just sitting on. It's just been sitting in the box, or not in a box, but on a shelf in its box, waiting to be opened up. So, what should we do first? Let's go take a look at the walls. The walls are getting crazy in this place. I've been grabbing a lot of stuff and just pinning it to my walls, so I'll show you guys here. So starting off at the top, like I said, there is the Lancer and the Eclipse, a little Mitsubishi 2-pack. We've got Marty McFly's Toyota pickup truck. We've got a pair of the Toyota Supras from the Fast and Furious movies. This one's from the first movie. This one's from, I think, the latest movie. I did manage to find all of the Mountain Drifters. So we've got the Toyota AE86, Mitsubishi 3000 GT, the NSX, the Skyline, the Celica, and then down here I've got some of the Ronin Run cars, the RX-7, the 300ZX twin turbo, another Subaru down here. I think this is a Impreza 22B STI. Modern classics, we've got the Honda Civic, like I said. There's the Hot Wheels Off-Road, the Land Cruiser, and the 4Runner. There's the other A86 down there, Toyota A86 Sprinter Trueno. That's the other one I said I had. There is the RX-7 I was talking about earlier, the Integra and the Maxima that were part of the, what set were they part of? Right, with the Mustang. So there is the other two cars from that set. I've got all but one of these guys. So there is an R33 Skyline, another S14 Silvia, Mitsubishi Eclipse. That is the Skyline from the second movie. That is a Supra with the Skyline's paint job. That is a Skyline with the Supra's paint job. And then, of course, the Supra with the Supra's paint job. I did find these two, also the Slide Street. Got the 2023 Nissan Z there. And then the 2023 Toyota GR Corolla. Over here, we start getting into the Auto World and Johnny Lightning stuff. I guess I could zoom in a little bit here. We've got the Toyota 2000 GT, some of the Celica Supras, the regular Supra. There's the one without the spoiler. The Mitsubishi Stereons, another 3000 GT, Nissan Z, some 300ZXs, some more Nissans along here. There's a 240SX, 240SX 2-pack, another Integra, RX-7, Miata, RX-7. So that is my JDM wall, as you can see there. You got some random main lines up here to the left of the JDM wall. Just some random main lines that I thought were cool. You got the El Segundo Coupe. That's the one the Coupe clip is actually based off of. 67 Lotus Type 49, little race car, K&N Jeep. Some more main lines over here. I think you guys have seen some of this stuff. There's a bunch of main lines over here. I grabbed some of these little tuned cars. I like this Chevy a lot. I grabbed the Porsche. It's one of my only Porsches, one of my only European cars in my collection. I just thought that was funny looking. I did get the Charger, the Fast and Furious Charger, and the Fast and Furious Supra, again in the tuned versions there. Down here, like I said, this is kind of my main line wall. There's the Coupe clips, the little Corvette there, some more Chevys, Dodges. I just grabbed this Viper. The Viper was pretty cool. I think I might have talked about that. I'm not sure. Yeah, some more Mopars. Down here I got my Fords and whatnot. That Mustang was pretty cool. I like that a lot. Over here, I did manage to find all the 7-Eleven cars, the Auto World 7-Elevens. Didn't find any of the chase cars, but I found both of the green and black F-150s. I think that's the black one, and then that's the green one. They're tough. It's impossible to tell them apart. And then we got a black Corvette and a red Corvette. The Hot Wheels Stars and Stripes 2024 series. I'm missing one. I will have to find number 4 here. Oop, don't drop your thing. Number 4, yeah, I'm missing the GT500, so I've been on the lookout for that. Some other stuff. Got the Beavis and Butthead car, Rick and Morty's ship, Jaws truck. yeah, just been kind of expanding out onto the walls here quite a bit. They're getting rather full, so I think the NASCAR wall is just about full there. I don't really have much room for much else there. Yeah, so let's take a look at my team transports. All right, guys, so I'm gonna zoom out here real quick so we can get a view of everything all in one. And we'll center it so it looks better. So this is all my team transport Hot Wheels premium sets. Some of these actually are not, well, specifically just this one here is not actually a team transport set. This was part of a Moon Eyes 4-pack. This had 2 other trucks and then this truck, and then it came with the transport hauler. So I just stuck this one on here and I set it up with the rest of my team transport. So I just don't want to confuse anybody. This wasn't a specific 2-car set. But I mean, you know, it's cool. So we'll start off with this one actually. I'll go ahead and zoom in here. So on the back, we've got a, what do we got, Hot Wheels? Custom 62 Chevy, and then the transporter is a Horizon Hauler. That's the name of this one. So, right, like I said, this was a Moon Eyes set. So you've got your Moon Eyes emblems everywhere. Hot Wheels Surf Club on the door of the pickup truck. Locals only, it says on the bed. This was actually pretty early on my channel. I've had this in my collection for quite some time now. But a really cool truck, and I know it's a little tricky to get these on the lift, so I'm actually just going to hold them up for you guys so you can get a look at everything. Again, I think this is more of a generic, not really supposed to be a Chevy or a Ford or a Dodge or anything, just kind of a generic hauler truck. But really cool combo. I like that one a lot. I'll go ahead and put that over there. Next up, we'll start picking them from the back here, and some of them actually have some dust on them. So if you see me pull them off camera and wipe them off, just understand. So next we have a, what year? Is it going to tell me? It's not going to tell me. An AMC Rebel machine. And then this is the wide open hauler. Really cool. This one's got some spare tires on it. Really like the AMC Rebel on there. Really cool car. And actually, interestingly enough, the back tires are so wide that it doesn't sit in the groove that it's supposed to sit on back here. But either way, you know, whatever. It's a toy car. Really nice truck and trailer set. Really cool looking truck. Like I said, again, another generic truck. I don't think it's supposed to be specifically a Chevy, Ford, or a Dodge. Might kind of look more like something, but you know, like I said, really cool. We got the tire rack up there. Very cool stuff. Ooh, easy. There's that one. And I'm actually going to jump here to this Ford. This is a really cool one. So we've got some functional features here. The you can, I guess, dump the car off the ramp. Weirdly enough, the car actually does not fit under the ramp at all, so you'd have to pop it off of here if you wanted to sit the car flat on the back. But this is a 65 Ford Galaxy stock car. We got some nice decals on there, hooker headers, Ford 427 cubic inch, and then of course some similar decals on the truck. This is a Ford C800, so this is actually not a generic. This is actually like a real hauler truck. The wheels on here are a little big, little ridiculous, but cool that we actually have a real brand name truck as opposed to just a generic, you know, like the open top or the hauler this or that. But that is another one that I really quite like, how the has the ramp feature there. I think that's really interesting. Ooh, you can just balance it like that. That's kind of neat. Didn't know you could do that. But yeah, like I said, if you were going to put another car underneath here, you'd have to go with something pretty small, pretty low. Maybe you could fit like that little guy in there. No, not even that. That doesn't even fit. Yeah, no. Either way, very cool truck. So we'll get that one put away over here and move right on to our Snake 2. So this is a Plymouth Barracuda drag car. Of course, we've got the little prop rod in there so we can hold the body open. Very, very cool car. I like this a lot. Oops, bumping stuff here. I like this one a lot. I was looking for these for quite a while. There is a Snake 2-pack. Do I have it? Wait a minute. Do I have it? No, I don't have it. I'm thinking of something else. But this is the Snake 2 Team Transport. This is the Retro Rig. That is the name of this hauler. Again, kind of Chevy looking, kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know. Really cool looking truck, but again, it's a generic, made up Hot Wheels truck, so looks really, really cool on there. Another one of my favorites. I do love these Team Transports a lot. So we've got one Retro Rig there. We'll move right into the other Retro Rig. This one has a Dodge Power Wagon on the back. Probably my least favorite of all my Team Transports. Again, I love the hauler. Really cool looking paint job on there. Really, really nice truck. But this Dodge, they absolutely ruined this with this big chunky bumper on the front. Like, this truck would look, I am so tempted to just cut that off with a saw or like a little blade or something. There's literally headlight decals behind it. It has a grill behind it. The bumper is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, and because the bumper is so big, the truck actually doesn't sit on the hauler correctly. Like, it's that bad. So I'm very tempted to just slice away this bumper, but that would require me drilling this truck apart. Let's see, does it say 1980 Dodge Power Wagon? Yeah, I'd have to drill this Power Wagon out and cut the bumper all apart and everything. And I don't know if I want to do all that. But that is the other Retro Rig hauler. Nice big Mopar logo on the door there. That's pretty cool. Very nice. I'll get that one parked over with the rest of them. This is our 66 Chevelle that we saw today on the blue 72 ramp truck, Chevy ramp truck. There is the other one, the 61 Impala on the 72 ramp truck. These two are honestly probably my favorite. I gotta be honest. The 72 Chevys just look so good, and they look so good together. That is quite the combo right there. How about a thumbnail? That might make it as the thumbnail for this video, honestly. Those look so good together. Really, really love them both. There's a nice view of them from the other side. This one actually has some red pinstriping going on here. This one does not, but again, you know, just kind of sets them apart, differentiates them. I've got a 409 cubic inch. Doesn't say on the Chevelle, but either way, really cool stuff. So that is, like I said, that's our new one for today, and of course the 61 Impala and the red Chevy ramp truck. Very cool stuff. Who do we have over here? We've got the RTR Mustang. Kind of a, like I said, a newer Mustang. This is very similar to the Mustang that we just unboxed. This is a 2018 Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5. I think RTR stands for Ready to Race or Ready to Rock or Ready to Rebuild, whatever. This is the Fun Haver. Let's see, what is this? Aerolift is the name of this truck. And interestingly enough, I actually like this one a lot. This one slides back and lowers the ramp so you can roll the car off. I've always thought that was a really interesting feature for this one. I'm curious as to why some of the other ones don't do that, but you know, it is what it is. Really cool if you take a look in here. Very simple slider, but I think that's a pretty neat feature for this one. There you go. Move my hand out of the way. Yeah, very cool looking truck. Kind of a more of a European cab over style, but I mean not specifically European, but you do see a lot more of that in Europe. Very cool looking truck though. Go ahead and get that parked over with all his buddies. So before I get, well, here, let's take one more good look at this. So we just saw this one today, obviously. This is the Sakura Sprinter with the Plymouth AAR CUDA. Yeah, big AAR on the front there. Yeah, all American racers. And there is Sakura Sprinter. I know the Japanese hauler truck for the Plymouth, but it is what it is. And like I said, I really love this Barracuda, or CUDA, I should say. Nice side exit exhaust. That's pretty cool. Very, very cool. I wish there was a way to, like, you know, the only way to store these together would be to put the car in the trailer, and then, you know, it's like, well, now you can't see the car. So I guess you could, I guess do one of these like how I had them sitting before, but I don't know if I have room to park them up like that. And then lastly here, this is another one of my absolute favorites, is the, I believe this one is called, what is this? A Fleet Flyer. Didn't we have one that was called a Fleet Flyer already? Either way. Absolutely beautiful enclosed truck. And then the 65 Corvette Grand Sport, I believe this is 65, right? Usually the number on the car is corresponds to the year. It just says custom Corvette Stingray, but I'm going to imagine it's a 65, because if you remember, this was a 1980, you know, this was a 61, and it's number 61, and then the 66 is obviously number 66. I don't think they did that with any of the other ones. The CUDA is number 42, but I believe that's a 72, so, or 70 or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and assume this is a 65 Corvette Grand Sport. The custom wide body fenders. Yeah, really cool. And again, you know, the only way to store it would be to store it inside the vehicle, inside the back of the truck, but then obviously can't see it. There is room in there for it, and it does sit nicely in there, but obviously I like to see the car. Either way though, really cool. So that, I think that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. That is gonna be, that's all my Hot Wheels team transports here. All right, guys, had to take a zoom out a little bit. But that is all of my Hot Wheels team transport vehicles and their corresponding included little cars. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a bit of a longer one. We're getting up into the 40-minute range. I haven't done a long video in a while. So let me know if you liked it. Leave a comment, leave a like, hit the subscribe button. Tell me what you guys want to see next. And or just tell me how you're doing. Love talking to you guys. Either way, I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. And I already said that, yeah. See you in the next video.